I want to start cooking on this island because then I can go over there and get a better camera angle than trying to cramp around the stove since the stove's up against a wall. So I picked up this ChangBERT professional induction cooktop. I've never used one of these before. In general, I don't like induction cooking because I've always used cast iron, or we've used like a canner and stuff that gets real heavy. And I'm just always afraid I'd break the induction top. In our last house, when we bought it, we moved in and turned out we skipped our inspection. So when we went, the range was induction and someone had dropped like a hammer or something on it because there was a like hole in it like that and then spider webbing out. So it's just never really a fan, and I replaced it with a coil stove, kind of like I have now. But for the island, my options were either go with induction or with like one of the butane camp stoves. Since I live kind of far from anything, I don't know if the hardware store that's about an hour round trip will have those canisters. So I thought I'd start with the induction first. I already have the propane stoves. I can always fall back on that. But yeah, this even has timer settings, so you can do like 0 to 12 hours. It'll do heat from anywhere from 200 watts to 1800 watts. I have a plug right here next to it on the side of the island. So this ideally is going to work great. I'm going to cook a steak today. I just have this ribeye that I've had, seasoning and stuff. I'll pat it dry here in a minute, get a little bit more seasoning, and we'll try it on this. Let me show you that real fast. That's what, remember those window clings? That's how this is. So I don't have to mess with any sticky residue. That was so easy to move off. I really appreciate that touch. I wish more manufacturers would do stuff like that, because now I don't have to sit here and risk scratching it or with Goo Gone or Goo Off or rubbing alcohol. It's just one of those little, these used to be everywhere, and I just, whatever happened to these things? They were fun. Another really nice touch, instead of a zip tie, it's got a reusable wire thing. I really like that. So I went ahead and got my thermal gun out here. We're trying to go to 400 so we can get a nice sear on the steak. We're at 257. I do have it set to 400 on the display. So we'll give this a second here to heat up, and then we'll get the steak going. No, I'm sorry. So here's the temperature, so 280, and we're getting about 290 in the center, so that's pretty accurate. So I'm gonna turn that up to 400. We're gonna put a little bit of fat on there. I'll probably put some tallow on there. Oh gosh, that heats up quick. I love this thing so much. So we're right at the temperature I wanna be to get a good sear. So I'll go ahead and get that on there. And yeah, I'll just let that hang out for a little bit. Then get a good sear, we'll flip it and go about our day. Well, it's a little premature here to say I'm sold. I think I do like induction cooking for the island. I don't think I'll ever like it for a stove because it's easy to replace a coil if something gets damaged. It's hard to replace a whole cooktop. But for a single burner like this, I'm pretty sure I'm sold. This is great. I really like this. And I can set a timer. You know, they have a boil setting, so I can just boil water if I wanted. They have a keep warm set. And this thing feels really nice. It's got a good fan that's cooling the internal components. Let's check the temperature again here. Gotta watch the clock. We've got about a minute left till we need to flip it. Yeah, so it's staying a little over 400. I could always turn it down a little if I wanted, but this will be plenty fine. I should have cut this hunk of fat. We're getting a little curling. But also, I'm realizing that my island is not level because the pan's slowly sliding. So I'm going to move this just a little. I think it has a lip here. We'll just let that go for a few more minutes and we'll check it. So I did go ahead and set a 3-minute timer on it just to try. It'll go up to 12 hours like I said earlier, so this is going to be your minutes, not seconds or something. We're getting down here to the end of our timer, so I just thought I'd get that on camera and check the temperature there. We're right at about 400. I turned it back up to 400, and you can see that that red coming off the metal there is just reflecting because it's shiny. So that's the reflected infrared, but it's not too bad. I really, really like this thing.